So, hello everybody. We are live. First live one that we're going to do. We'll probably pop back on and maybe do the decathlon live. We're getting close to round 2. Currently in the Bronze League still. I just wanted to go through a couple of things, which is to do with the World Tour. So, this will be really, obviously, useful when we start the next World Tour. It's probably not as much useful anymore, but it's something that's being spoken about, which is the ranking that you get and how you progress through. And it's how you progress through in relation to the piggy bank. So, within the piggy bank, you need to get 15 points, as you can see down here. 15 points to get the level 5 bonus. Now, only one person will get that 15 points, because to get there, you have to win. So, as you can see, there's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 little piggy coins. So, that is obviously the vast, only one person's going to get that out of the 16, I think it's 16. Yeah, 16 players. Then what you find underneath that, there'll be a lot of people who get 10 because of where they go out and then get to the end of where they are. But you will get some people who could finish 2nd, 3rd or 4th that won't even get 10 points. So, and the reason I'm bringing this up is just minor danger that I could be in a very similar situation to this. So it really brought it to the fore where you think about it. So, we get through the seed round. Okay, that's 1 point. Round of 16, that's 2. Quarterfinals, that means we've got a cumulative total of 6. Now, if I was to lose the semi-finals and lose the final, I only have 6 points. In which case, I can only get level 3. And it doesn't sound a lot, but there's a difference of 10,000 gems in there. An extra 200 AC. The coin's less worried about. 50 skip tokens, that's pretty good. As they charge the world for that, and you get the 7th level of bonus. So you have to get at least 4 wins to get to that level 10. So everyone does the seed round, so everyone gets 1 point. When we get to the round of 16, there is a logic to say lose, especially if you're someone who could finish 2nd, 3rd and 4th, because the game mechanic's actually encouraging you to lose. Or at least to lose in the quarterfinals, for example. Why? Because if I lose in the round of 16 and win the remainder of my matches, because the other problem you have on this is that the final, everyone gets a final token. So it doesn't matter. So, let's just chart this out. Excuse me. So if I'd have lost my first game, I would have been in place of TU. Now, TU then would have played the 11th place X-Skiller. So I would have beaten X-Skiller. And then they're in match 15. Match 15, so Skiller is playing Galor, who was 15th. And he's in match 22. Match 22 is playing match 21. And I'd have played Mulsey, which I should be beating. So I could easily get myself all the way through, and if I do that, that's 21, 22, 11th, 12th place. Now let's just go into here. So if you can't finish at least 5th, which is the extra token, what is the real difference? It's hardly any difference between, you're talking a few blue cards, and by a few it really is like 4 cards if it's one space, or it's 4 cards per space. If you finished 4th, yes, you would get the additional orange token. Maybe that's what's encouraging you to do it. But how do we finish 5th? So let's reverse engineer this, because ideally 5th is the best place to finish. So if we look here and we go 5th, is 19 and 20. So match 19, match 20. So therefore, what that's saying, because I played Regis in mine, the best place to be, and we're sort of figuring this out a little bit live, We do the seeding round. We will win our round of 16. Then we will purposefully lose the quarter-final. Therefore, we can go on and do the semi-final at the level lower, win the final. We come 5th. Let's just look at this and say, what are we getting at 5th versus 4th? I get 8 extra AC, 800 coins, pointless. My purples are exactly the same. So I'm really getting 11 blue cards, 3 green cards, 800 coins, and 8 AC. Now let's compare, but we're still getting our 2 orange coins. So we found the meta here. Because the difference is we're going to get to level 10. So we're going to get 100,000 coins. Well, that makes up for the 800 we were losing. We gain 5,000 gems. We make more AC points. And we get all of these boxes, including the 7th criteria. So, therefore, if we look at the World Tour, we know we do the seed round. We win the round of 16. We purposefully lose our quarter-final, and therefore we come 5th. And that's something that's wrong with the mechanics of the game and needs to change. You can't have someone who is lower down getting more points in their piggy bank versus the higher-ups. So if I was to look at this and say, how do we change things? So what it should be is, well, if you go out in the round of 16, you lose that, but your quarter-final win should be 1.5, your semi-final should be 2, and your final at 2.5. What's that come out at? 2.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6. That means you're only getting to level 3. Same as if you go through and lose the final. Yeah, and actually, if you do half points, that probably makes it better. And that way, you're going to have 1 person on 15, 2 people on... So you have 1 at level 5, 2 at level 10, and then a lot of people at level 3. But I think it's something the game needs to look at. I don't see how we can... I really don't see how we fix that and make that better. So that's the only thing I can think of. There are some other comments with some suggestions of how we can improve on some of these, but it really does make a difference. Again, here, what's the difference? You get an extra 1,000 coins, okay, 1,000 gems, sorry. And on this one, which is the lowest level, which is a poor one to buy, it's not even worth the money. $9.99, and you get a purple box, a bronze box, 100 AC, a silver one, and 50,000 coins. My recommendation is do not even touch level 3. It's pointless. You're better off not doing any for the cost it is. So, yeah, that's my tips as I go through. Here we've got 23 hours nearly. Lots of events. See, these events are not my strong point. I would much rather be more sprinting and maybe a few more in the hurdles. I have some cards that need upgrading fairly quickly to benefit. Next World Tour, I should be in a good position. But it's a really, really interesting take on this, how we can, play and fudge the system. So that's it for today. We're not going to cover any more. But this is me. I thought I'd do a live session, which obviously people can watch as they come through. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to fix some of the reward systems that don't work. And this is a classic system of the World Tour playoffs. The piggy bank section doesn't work in its current format and needs reworking. So,